Hi everyone, and welcome back to Immigration Talk Show. And this is Daily Immigration Dose streaming live at 4 p.m. EDT on YouTube, LinkedIn, and also on X. And we are available on different social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. And before diving into the topic, let me go ahead with the disclaimer. By watching our videos, you agree and understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. And with that, here's my co host again. Hi, Napasa. So good to see you again. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Sam. It's always good to be here, and it's lovely, especially after the whole long weekend. I think we are pretty much, recharged and refreshed for the rest of May. So, I'm looking forward for today's session as well. It's very interesting. Like always, when you talk about immigration, every day we have something new. There's a new update. There's a change, especially with our President Trump's administration, right? Ever since he joined office, so it's going to be an interesting one today as well, especially if you are a student here in the US, and if you are especially from India as well, you have got to hear this and stay with us for the rest of the session. So it's going to be a good one, I'll say. And as usual, since we always start with news updates, so I think we should do the same this time as well.
Sure, we will. And before that, friends, also make sure that you can also participate in this webinar by dialing up this number that is on top of your screen, 425-436-6335 with the access code 988888. So go ahead, dial up this number right now and do join us, on this live session. It's free. And the great thing is that it's just exchange of casual exchange of ideas. So it's a great thing. Okay, let me go ahead with my news, and that is about US Hall student visa interviews amid new social media checks. So, right now, US administration has ordered all embassies to stop scheduling visa interviews for international students. Now, this is a big breaking news because this pause comes as officials plan to expand social media checks for all student visa applicants. So previously, what used to happen, only students who were involved in some, certain violent activities were screened. But now everyone's social media, including Instagram, X, or TikTok account, will be reviewed for anything seen as a security risk. And this move could also cause big delays for students who are trying to study in the US. And this can also hurt universities that rely heavily on international students for income. So there are over 1 million foreign students in the US who contributes billions to the economy. That's right. And the visa freeze adds to challenges for schools who are already seeing fewer international students. Talking about the State Department, they have not yet commented on this new policy. So, friends, my question to you would be that have you or someone been affected by visa delays? If yes, then please let us know. And also, how important do you think that international students are for US universities? So, this is the news from my side, and Nipasa, over to you.
Thank you, Sam. And absolutely, if you talk about student visas, I think it's been quite, buzz the whole time around right now because there's so much happening. We hear so many news, right? We also
Mhm.
heard that this sort of a change in OPT program that's going to come in. We never know. So yes, I think my news update is about the U.S. Embassy in India has issued a warning, and that is if you skip classes, drop out, or leave your program without informing your school, your student visa may be revoked, and that could also affect your chances of getting a U.S. visa in the future. So, this comes just after a federal judge in California, temporarily blocked the Trump administration from canceling student visas without due process. But that protection is limited. Students can still be detained for other legal violations. So the concern is real because over 4,700 student visas were cancelled this spring and 388 Indians have already been deported from US in 2025 alone. Many from Punjab as we know it, And this message is very clear. It's all you've got to do is stay enrolled, follow the rules, and don't jeopardize your visa status. So that's your update, friends. And course, you have got to follow us for more news updates and more news you can trust. So definitely don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show. And you can also check us out not just here on YouTube, but also on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, Instagram. So stay in touch with us, stay connected with us, and don't forget to hit that bell icon because we definitely come up with the latest updates for you, and you don't want to miss out on any of them. So that said,
Absolutely.
I think, yeah, Sam, we
Yeah,
should get to our topic of discussion for today. We see it's a lot about student visas, and so is our topic of discussion today. So
absolutely.
I think, yes, it's going to be interesting and very important. So I would suggest, if you know any of your friends, who are students, who are international students here in the US, please also share this with them so that they can join us to maybe also share their views on this. So, yeah,
Mhm.
I think definitely, Sam, go ahead. Tell us
Yeah.
what's happening.
All right. So I think it's a very important news and very big news. And today, friends, our topic you have seen on the thumbnail. It is big update on OPT. What Indian students in the US should watch for. So today our session is about OPT students and international students basically. So what happened that President Trump's nominee for director of the USCIS Joseph Edlow, he doesn't like the OPT program. That's what he said. He also wants to change the rules, and he says that students, they should not be allowed to work while studying, not after they graduate. And this is the main whole controversy. This is the main
No, no, he
main
was saying like students should be allowed to work only while they're studying. So basically, only if they're doing internship or so,
yeah.
but not after they're done with their studies. So basically, you can't work if you're still on a student visa after you are a graduate. You have to shift to a, you know, maybe H-1B visa or something else.
But
So
that's a
that
big
has,
challenge, right, Napasa? Because you can't just simply shift to H-1B visa, and that's very competitive. And that is why the main problem is because the level of the competition right now. If we look at the international students, it's not only about the students. It will also impact majorly to universities, economy, maybe startups.
families.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything. So, okay, I think if we will start, then we won't have any full stop here. But let me go ahead with a very basic
Yeah.
understanding of what is OPT. So, let me just give a brief about OPT, what it is. So, OPT, friends, the full form is Optional Practical Training. It is a program that lets international students who are on F1 visa to work in the US after completing their graduation. And if we talk about the time duration, it's around 12 months of work time. And for STEM, that means students who are in STEM field, science, technology, engineering, or maths, then there is an extra 24 months of extension. That means making it overall 36 months in total. That means 3 years. So after your graduation, you have 3 years' time to spend in the US to work, to gain real job experience, to repay your education loans. That is the best thing. And most importantly, to also improve your chance of getting the H-1B visa. Because it is almost, understandable that people, students, those who are coming on F1 visa, they are looking forward to have a good life or to have a work visa in the USA. For example, there is a student, Indian student named Ria, who has completed her master's in data science in the US, and she got a job at the company, very good job under STEM OPT, which gave her 3 years to work. And during this time, she also built strong experience, and the company filed her for H-1B visa. But let me tell you that she got this H-1B visa because she was on OPT. And that is what our today's topic will be. What will happen if students will not have the OPT option? And similarly, if this Indian student that I'm talking about right now, without OPT, she would have to leave the US right after her graduation. That means no job, no income, and no future as well. So there are lots of things, lots of benefits of OPT. And let me tell you that if you are on OPT, then it's not about, the months or the time you'll get to spend in the US. You'll actually develop your skills, you will get work experience. It will be a best and little easy pathway to H1B visa, and also extra time for STEM students, financial support, resume will be boost, and you'll also get a chance to stay in the US legally after graduation. So I think Nipasa talking about OPT has lots of benefits, not only in terms for students, but for everyone. It is creating a valuable bridge from study to career for international students. So this is what the OPT means. But talking about today's topic, the change and everything, if you can let us know what changes are being proposed and why is this a red flag?
Absolutely, I would. And as we speak, I think I'll just greet Robert. Hi, Robert. Thank you so much. Yes, the updates are very right from your end as well. So there you go, friends. You can check them out below. And he's saying if Eldo's views are implemented as policy, students might lose the right to work after graduation.
Nipasa, you there? All right. I think due to some reason we lost the connection with Napasa, but not to worry, friends. I'm here with you. And okay, let me go ahead with Robert's comment. So, Robert, you are saying if EDLO's views are implemented as policy, then students might lose the right to work after graduation. Absolutely. OPT could be limited only to jobs during the degree, not after without OPT. Students may have to leave the US immediately unless they quickly secure an H1B visa, which is hard due to strict quotas. That's right, and this is what we have, talked just in the beginning of this show. And Robert, why don't you come ahead and dial up this number quickly and join us right here on this platform and share whatever you feel like on the topic. You just have to dial this number 425 with the access code 988888. And Napasa is back. So, hi, Napasa. Hope everything is good from your side.
It's confusing what happened, but could be the weather
Technical.
or so. But anyway, I'm glad. And to speak about what you asked me earlier, Sam, you were saying like what changes are being proposed and why is it a red flag, right?
Mhm.
So of course it's getting all the students anxious. Like if they can't be working in the US after they're done with their graduation, I mean, what are they investing on, right? And that's the big question. And the anxieties stem from the statements, made by Joseph Eldo during his nomination hearing in the U.S. Senate. Well, Eldo argued that the OPT program has exceeded its original intent, and he has expressed his to
I
so
think
not
we
after graduation.
lost.
So he
Okay.
also cited. Can you hear me? So it's
Yeah,
happening. So
actually, you just got stuck in between, but that's okay. You can continue.
yes, so basically his comments, Eldo's comments suggest that if confirmed, he would seek to roll back or tightly restrict the program, so possibly through regulatory and administrative changes, even if the courts have previously held OPT's legality. So it's very, very alarming for several reasons. First, because it undermines the trust, which the international students place in the U.S. education and the immigration system as well. And secondly, it could eliminate the 24 months STEM OPT extension entirely. So imagine there'll be no more extension. So that, well, according to him, it only kicks in after students have completed their degree, and he's definitely not with it. And thirdly, if OPT is restricted to just the academic period, thousands of students might have to leave the US immediately after graduation, unless they're lucky enough to secure an H-1B visa on their first attempt, which is a process that's highly competitive also due to
Mhm.
annual caps. And now that there is a fee hike also, somebody will have to offer them a job, and also pay for that visa, right? So of
Mhm.
course, like our President Trump has publicly also stated that international students should receive green cards after graduation, and But then Eldo, on the other hand, has a different point of view altogether. And this nomination and Eldo statements, they are sort of indicating a conflict, and it's sort of in a harmful direction, I can say, which is going to harm so many students and their immediate families, because when you talk about education, it's sort of an investment, right? You are investing all that money for a future. And if you think that you don't have a future in that country, like who would want to go to that country to study, right? It's pretty expensive. It's not cheap. I mean, any course in the US is not cheap. And it's not just the course, it's the stay and everything around it, just the whole thing. So it's definitely a red flag for so many reasons. And I want to know what folks out there also think, and please feel free to comment wherever you're watching this session right now. And also, you can call us. The number is 425-436-6335, and the access code is 988-888. It's there on the screen above. Dial in and tell us what you think.
And also, friends, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. And do follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. And talking about, how many students are being affected, I can see Samantha has really a great point about it. So Samantha is saying how many Indians could be affected. Over 270,000 Indian students are currently studying in the US. Roughly 69,000 are on OPT, according to 2023 US immigration data. All right. Thank you so much, Samantha, for this very important data. And many of these students heavily rely on OPT to work, repay student loans, and secure long term opportunities like H-1B sponsorship. Absolutely. And this is one of the biggest red flag, if we are seeing that OPT might end. Till now we don't think it will, but in case if it might, then it will really affect a lot in terms of student loans and securing long term opportunities like H-1B work visa. Also, experts say cutting OPT would hurt US universities, which attract top talent from India, China, and other countries. That's absolutely correct, Samantha. And I think that's brilliant. You have put up all the pointers in a great way. And why don't you come ahead and join us by dialing up this number with the access code? But to make you understand in a better way, let me go ahead with something that what I think that what happens if OPT ends. If we look at the bigger picture, and I think Nipasa, if ending the OPT program could have major consequences, not just for students, but also for US economy, universities, and tech industry. Because if we talk about how it's going to impact the US universities, then OPT is actually one of the main reason, why international students choose the US for higher education. And it gives them hope, that after studying and working in the US, they will earn experience and also possibly settle in the US. But in case if OPT is removed, then I think fewer students will choose the US and most of them will choose Canada, Australia, or UK in terms of USA. And it won't be termed as one number one destination for global talent. Also, how it's going to impact on tech companies and startups, let me also get you through that. Many US tech companies, big or small doesn't matter, depend on skilled international graduates. That's right, that too from STEM fields. And these grads help build apps, software, AI tools, and many more. And without OPT, I'll say that these startups won't have access to fresh talent, because startups really are looking for, fresh talent, brilliant minds, and those are coming from STEM OPT. And companies may face worker shortages and higher hiring, cost will also be there. And also global competitiveness at risk. That's right, because countries like Canada, UK, and Australia have mentioned offer strong post-study work options and permanent residency pathways as well. So if US is going to close the door by removing OPT, then talented students will simply go elsewhere. Of course, they will look for some other alternative options, right? And this means that US could lose its edge in innovation and research. And also the global brain drain will shift away from America. So I think in short, ending OPT would not just affect students, it could also damage US economy, US's place as a world leader in education, business, and innovation. So, what do you think, Nipasa? I hope that I'm making sense. What do you have to say on this?
Completely, you're making sense, and it is true, and that is why everybody is worried. They're rethinking, whether they should, especially those who were thinking of going to the US to study, they're rethinking whether they should or not. And I think what students out there can do, especially Indian students, I think it's best to stay informed, keep a close watch. And that you can do by, subscribing to our channel as well at Immigration Talk Show. We bring you the latest updates on immigration policy developments and everything US immigration. So check us out and don't forget to ring that bell as well. And also, secondly, I think start thinking about your plan B, what if, and maybe explore alternative countries for higher education where immigration and work policies, are more consistent and student friendly. I think, yes, and there are examples like Canada, which offers like a clear pathway, from student visas to permanent residency, also making it safer. It's a safer bet for long-term career planning as well. So make have a plan B always. And thirdly, I think students already in the US should work closely with their university's international student office. It's very important to stay in touch properly with them, and they can provide you up to date guidance on how to maintain status as well. Understand OPT timelines, it's very important, and prepare for potential changes always. And of course, timing is everything. So if you're graduating in the next year or two, understand that policy shifts will be there, and how many you have to count. Well, it's going to affect your status, and whether you should apply for OPT or not, and transition to H1B or not, that is up to you. But definitely be proactive today. And I think, yes, you can definitely avoid sudden disruption later tomorrow. So for many, this is really the time to stay calm and look for options. Pull up your socks and just be ready for anything that's going to be thrown at you. I think that's
That's
all
right.
I can say. It's so uncertain right now.
Absolutely, it is. And friends, it is very important to keep yourself updated. Doesn't matter if you are on an F1 student visa or H1B visa or a green card holder or whatsoever. If you are on your immigration journey, then it is very important to have every detail and every information regarding the immigration world. And for that, I would suggest that Immigration Talk Show, it is the best platform. So don't miss this opportunity, to get yourself updated in a very interesting way, and that too in a very knowledgeable way. So subscribe to Immigration Talk Show right now. And I am here with my co-host Nipasa Pradhan. We come up on daily immigration doors at 4 p.m. EDT from Monday to Friday. And it is really a great webinar. We do enjoy a lot of things. A lot of web viewers have also joined us. So thank you so much. And with that, friends, if you have any query regarding your topic or anything, if you want us to suggest, then please go ahead and email me on my email address, that is sam@staffingly.com. You can also email Nipasa on her email address, that is nipa@staffingly.com. And you can also, dial her. Sorry, you can also WhatsApp her on a WhatsApp number, that is 408 335 6444. And with that, I think, Nipasa, we should wrap up, right? It's almost the end of our session. So thank
Yes.
you so much, yeah, everyone, and see you tomorrow again. Till then, take care, everyone. Good luck, and keep watching Immigration Talk Show.
Bye bye, everyone.